Today I'm going to troubleshoot this TCL smart TV issue. It is a 4K TV, so the issue is when I turn on the TV. Okay, I power on the main switch, and then when I press the power on key on remote, it turn on with the TCL logo, but stay on this screen. It is the light blue color screen, so the backlight is working, but for some reason the TV is not started. So after few second it restart automatically. Okay, you can see the backlight, still the backlight is working. Okay, now it's almost 1 minute. See, it turn off automatically. Now it's restarting with the TCL logo. So this is the issue. I'm guessing the issue is in TV software. So first of all, I'm going to do a hard reset using this method. First turn off the main power, then find the power button on the back side of the TV. You can see it here. So this one, the middle button is the power button. So now I already turn off the main power switch here. Now press and hold this power button around 20 seconds. Press and hold the button. Okay, now it is around 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Now it is 20 seconds. So release the button, then power on the main switch. Okay, now see what happened. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the TV using the remote power button. Okay, see the TV start with the logo. Still you can see the backlight. But it seems the issue is not fixed. So I think we need to try with the firmware update. So I'm going to do a firmware update. Actually it is not an update. I'm going to do a firmware installation using a USB drive. See, again it restart the TV, so the same issue is still there. So I'm going to install the latest firmware on this TV using USB drive. So let's see how it works. So that is the first step you can try to fix any firmware issue. And so I'm going to do the next step because that procedure does not work for this TV. So this is the model number of this TV. It's 60E6000 US. So I'm going to download the relevant the matching firmware for this TV, and going to upgrade the install the firmware to see what happened. So this is the firmware download site for the TCL smart TVs. So I will add this link in the description. So here you can see there are a lot of firmwares for different models. So I'm going to search for that model number. So this is the TV 60E6000 US. So it has latest firmware which released in 2018. So this is the version version 614. So it has the instructions to update the firmware, but this is the way normally you can do the firmware update. If the TV is working, you have to go to the menu and go to system and go to software update, then update the firmware through the TV menu. But in our case the TV is not starting, so we have to follow different step to install the firmware, not update the firmware. So I'm going to do that using a USB drive. So one important thing, so if you download this file, see it is a bin file. So they provide a bin file. Actually you can use this bin file to upgrade the firmware as they mention in the site, but for some reason in this TV we are going to do a fresh installation, the complete installation, because the TV is not turning on. So you can't use this bin file to install the firmware. So what I did, I downloaded img file. So this is the file they provided in the site. It is version 614.bin file, but unfortunately we can't use that file to install the firmware. But definitely we can upgrade the firmware if the TV is turning on. So if the TV is working, then we can upgrade this firmware, but in our scenario we can't turn on the TV. So I'm using the img file to do a fresh installation. So I downloaded this zip file. Inside this we can find the img file. So I'm going to extract this. Yes, see, this is the file. It is update.img file. So I'm going to use this img file to do a fresh firmware installation. So first of all, I have a USB drive, so this one I'm going to format it. You need to format the USB drive. You can select FAT32 or EXFAT format. You can't use NTFS because that format is not supported for the TV firmware installation. So I'm using FAT32, and it doesn't matter whether you use quick format or not. If in case that quick format does not work, just uncheck this checkbox and try again. So I'm going to use quick format because it is fast. I can format the USB drive very fast if I enable this one. Okay, so it will ask for the confirmation to delete everything in the USB drive. Okay, now it format the drive format completed. So this is my USB drive, so it is empty now. Now I'm going to copy this file into USB drive. Okay, so it is not a big file, it's around it is around 400 MB size, so the file is still copying. Okay, few seconds remaining. Okay, copy the file. So if you open the USB drive, you can see that update img file is there. So I'm going to eject the drive. Okay, now I'm going to plug the USB drive in this USB port. So you have to use the one which named as service. So I'm going to find it. So this one, you can see the USB 2.3 service. So you can't use this one of this USB board for the software installation, firmware installation. So you have to choose this the service one. Okay, this one. So I'm going to plug. Okay, so I connected my USB drive into the service port. Now what you need to do, first of all, turn off the main switch. I already turned off that. Then press and hold the power button again for few seconds to do a complete reset. If not, sometimes the firmware update will not start. Okay, now release the button. Now turn on the main switch, then press and hold this power button. Don't release the power button until the firmware installation is started. So I'm going to press that button and press and hold. Now see the screen. Okay, see, now it is started the firmware update. So remember this step again. You have to choose the img file, not the bin file. You can't install the firmware using the bin file for this TV. So I use img file. Actually that img file is little bit older version. Then you can, after you fix the issue, you can go to the TV menu and go to the software update menu, and then you can use the bin file to update this firmware into the latest version. First of all, I'm going to install the firmware using the img file. See, remember to follow these instructions. You cannot remove the USB drive during this installation, and don't turn off the power. It takes some time to finish the software installation. Okay, now you can see this message that means the software update is successfully finished. Now the TV turn off automatically and restarting automatically. First of all, go to the settings menu by pressing the settings key, and within the settings menu, in picture menu, go to contrast. Okay, now you are in the contrast menu. Just now you have to press the 9735 keys quickly. 9735. Okay, then this service menu will be appear on the screen. Now you have to select the reset shop and press the right arrow to do the reset shop. It will reset the application on the TV. Now you can see that wait message. It is okay now. Now you can do the initial setup for the smart TV function. Select the language, select the country. Here you can select home because you are going to use the TV at home, and if you need you can set your internet connection here. For now I will skip that step. I don't want to set up the network connection for now, so it will ask for the confirmation whether you really need to skip this step, so select yes. Now if you need you can scan the TV channels. I don't want to do that for now. Then you can set the date and time. I don't want to do that as well. Okay, now you finish this the initial setups. Now the TV is ready to use, so you can see all the applications are there. So the issue was in the software. So now if you go to the settings, and go to systems and software update. Here you can see the version you installed. It is a old version of software, so it is version 498. Actually the latest version which you can find in TCL site is version 614. You can download the version 614 bin file from the TCL site, and then you can copy that file into the USB drive, and you can follow this step to upgrade the software. You can select the Pi USB here, then you can upgrade the latest version.